Animals, just like humans, need rest, and some of their sleep habits are surprisingly soothing to imagine. Elephants, for instance, take short naps that often last just a few hours, sometimes standing and other times leaning gently against a tree. Their rest is light but deliberate, balancing the need for sleep with their natural instinct to remain alert to their surroundings. Watching these massive, gentle creatures drift into calm, measured slumber evokes a sense of peaceful rhythm, as if the very earth beneath them hums along to their breathing. Tiny creatures have their own quiet ways of resting. Hedgehogs curl into tight little balls, their spines forming a protective yet soft shell, while birds often tuck their heads beneath their wings, swaying lightly in the breeze or rocking gently on their perches. Even marine animals, like dolphins, sleep with one half of their brain alert at a time, creating a slow, flowing pattern of motion that is both fascinating and strangely soothing to imagine. Across species, sleep often involves rhythmic movements, soft sounds, and predictable routines, all of which carry a naturally calming energy. The serenity of animal sleep extends beyond physical rest. It's a reflection of nature's gentle order. Visualizing a cat stretching and then curling up in a sunbeam, or a panda lazily drifting off among bamboo stalks, allows us to connect with the simple, quiet beauty of life. These moments of rest show us that sleep is not merely a pause, but a universal shared experience, vital for renewal and harmony. Observing or imagining these slumbers encourages our own body and mind to slow down, to breathe deeply, and to embrace stillness. As we picture the gentle rise and fall of a bird's chest, the careful sway of a resting elephant, or the tiny curl of a hedgehog's body, we are invited into a meditative space where the natural world models serenity. Each animal, in its own rhythm, reminds us that rest is essential, restorative, and beautiful. Their calm presence offers comfort and reassurance, guiding our own journey towards sleep. In this quiet contemplation, the mind and body can drift, gradually releasing tension as the soothing symphony of the animal world lulls us into a peaceful night. As the sun begins to set, many birds enter a gentle period of rest, their songs softening and slowing, creating a natural lullaby. Evening bird calls are often melodic, quiet, and rhythmic, echoing across forests, gardens, and fields. The gentle chirps of sparrows, the distant cooing of doves, or the soft whistles of warblers combine into a calming symphony that can easily be imagined as a backdrop to a peaceful sleep. These subtle sounds signal the transition from activity to rest, both for birds and for the world around them. Birds' evening routines are fascinatingly meditative. Many species perch quietly, preening their feathers, tucking their heads beneath their wings, and swaying gently in the wind. Their songs, once lively in the morning, now take on a slower, more deliberate rhythm. This gradual calming mirrors the human process of winding down at night, offering a soothing connection between our own bedtime rituals and the natural cycles of the animal kingdom. Even nocturnal birds like owls exhibit a serene grace in their hunting and resting patterns, their soft wings and quiet calls evoking a sense of peaceful motion. Imagining these evening bird rituals can have a tangible effect on the mind. Visualizing the subtle rise and fall of a small bird perched in a tree, or hearing the imagined distant coos of doves, encourages slow breathing, mindfulness, and a sense of calm. Birds, in their quiet evening, model a world in which rest is natural, rhythmic, and necessary. Their songs are not just communication but also a gentle soundtrack, guiding the subconscious into a relaxed state. As we drift towards sleep, The imagery of birds settling for the night offers comfort. The fading melodies, the gentle rocking of branches, and the soft twilight light filtering through leaves create a meditative scene, inviting the mind to slow, the body to release tension, and the imagination to wander peacefully. In the orchestra of the natural world, the birds' twilight lullabies serve as a perfect companion for a serene night's rest, reminding us that sleep, like the evening songs of birds, is gentle, restorative, and beautifully inevitable. Across the plains, forests, and meadows, grazing animals move with a slow, deliberate rhythm that exudes calm. Watching deer, cows, or antelopes nibble at soft grass, their bodies swaying gently with each movement, can evoke a profound sense of serenity. Their motions are unhurried and repetitive, creating a natural meditative cadence that mirrors the deep, relaxed breathing we often strive for before sleep. Each careful step, each rhythmic chew, reflects a world in which life flows slowly, peacefully, and intentionally. Horses, for example, often graze in groups, their heads dipping and rising in synchronized patterns. The soft sound of their grazing, the slight brushing of hooves against the earth, and the gentle sway of their tails all combine into a calming sensory experience. Even in imagination, this visual and auditory harmony promotes relaxation, encouraging the mind to slow and focus on gentle, soothing patterns. Wild deer display a similar grace, alert yet serene. They step lightly through meadows, ears flicking occasionally, eyes soft and observant. Their movements are fluid, rhythmic, and effortless, providing a perfect model for calm awareness. Smaller grazing animals such as rabbits or goats add to this tranquil imagery. Their tiny movements, nibbling clover, shifting softly on the ground, twitching ears, create subtle, almost hypnotic rhythms. Each action is deliberate yet relaxed, a reminder that rest and activity can coexist in harmony. Imagining these creatures in motion helps the mind align with natural pacing, slowing racing thoughts, and fostering a sense of peaceful continuity. Even in sleep, the gentle cadence of grazing animals can influence our own body. Visualizing a herd of deer moving quietly through a misty field, or a group of cows resting between bites, encourages a steady rhythm of breathing and heartbeat. The mind absorbs this calm repetition, translating it into a relaxed, restorative state. By focusing on these soft, natural movements, we are gently guided towards sleep, enveloped by the soothing patterns of the animal world, where calm, rhythm, and gentle motion are universal. As twilight falls, the forest comes alive with subtle, calming movements and sounds. Many animals follow gentle, predictable nighttime routines that naturally evoke a sense of peace. Squirrels settle in their nests, curling into soft balls among leaves, while owls perch silently, their eyes observing the dimming world as they prepare for quiet hunting. Even tiny insects adjust to the fading light, creating soft, rhythmic noises that form a delicate backdrop to the forest's serene transition into night. Deer move slowly among trees, their cautious yet fluid steps leaving barely a sound. Foxes pause periodically, their ears twitching and noses sniffing, but their movements remain deliberate and unhurried. These creatures, though alert, embody calm awareness, demonstrating a balance between vigilance and rest that is deeply soothing to observe or imagine. Each motion, from a bird's wing adjusting to the evening air to the soft shuffle of forest floor animals, forms a rhythm that mirrors our own need to wind down. Even smaller, less conspicuous forest dwellers contribute to this nightly harmony. Hedgehogs begin their slow foraging, and rabbits adjust their positions in hidden burrows, curling tightly for warmth and safety. Their subtle movements and muted sounds form a gentle tapestry of life, providing an almost meditative environment that naturally relaxes the mind. Imagining these sequences encourages slow breathing, mindfulness, and a sense of connectedness to the rhythms of nature. The forest at night is a symphony of calm. Soft rustles, distant calls, and measured movements create an atmosphere of gentle continuity. Visualizing these scenes, from the quiet vigilance of nocturnal birds to the cozy nesting of small mammals, invites tranquility. The mind follows the forest's natural pacing, releasing tension and embracing stillness. In this nocturnal world, every creature's rhythm, every movement and every sound serves as a guide toward peaceful rest, reminding us that sleep, like the forest at night, is quiet, measured, and restorative. Beneath the waves, the ocean holds a world of gentle rest. Many marine animals follow calming, rhythmic sleep patterns that are both fascinating and soothing to imagine. Dolphins, for instance, rest with one half of their brain awake, allowing them to float safely and maintain basic awareness. This slow, controlled movement through the water creates a serene, almost hypnotic rhythm, as if the ocean itself is breathing along with them. Sea turtles often tuck themselves into quiet coral nooks or drift near the surface, their flippers moving gently to maintain position. Even in rest, their motions are fluid and graceful, a soft dance of survival and calm. Schools of fish often pause collectively, hovering in place, swaying gently with the current. The synchronized, slow movements of these creatures form natural patterns that are visually and mentally calming, perfect for imagining as you drift towards sleep. Smaller marine life contributes subtle details to this tranquil world. Jellyfish pulse slowly, their translucent bodies glowing with soft light, moving with the ebb and flow of water. Crabs scuttle gently along the seafloor, their quiet, deliberate steps creating a delicate rhythm. Each motion, whether a fin flick, a tail sweep, or a gentle glide, builds a cohesive underwater meditation that naturally slows the mind. Imagining these peaceful marine routines can ease tension, encouraging the mind to synchronize with the ocean's soft rhythms. The gentle sway of water, the measured movement of fish and turtles, and the quiet pulses of jellyfish create a calming symphony, inviting deep, restorative sleep. In this underwater world, rest is universal, fluid, rhythmic, and harmonious, guiding us gently into the soothing embrace of night. As the sun sets over arid landscapes, the desert transforms into a quiet, rhythmic world. Nocturnal animals emerge from their burrows or shaded shelters, moving softly across sand and rocks. Their slow, deliberate actions and careful navigation create a natural calm, inviting the mind to mirror this steady pace. Owls glide silently over dunes. Foxes tread lightly on warm sand, and small rodents emerge to forage under the gentle glow of moonlight. Many desert creatures rely on subtle sensory cues to move safely at night. The soft crunch of sand beneath tiny paws, the rustle of a tail, or the whisper of wings overhead forms a delicate, almost hypnotic soundtrack. Kangaroo rats hop carefully between sparse vegetation, their rhythmic leaps almost meditative, while snakes slide with smooth precision, each movement flowing seamlessly with the contours of the desert floor. Even scorpions and insects exhibit slow, purposeful motion, creating tiny pulses of activity that blend harmoniously with the broader nocturnal rhythm. Visualizing these nighttime behaviors can naturally relax the mind. Imagining a fox pausing to sniff the cool desert air, or a hedgehog-like nocturnal rodent curling into a safe burrow, encourages a gentle slowing of thought. The desert night, though vast and still, is alive with subtle, soothing motion. Each creature's rhythm, deliberate, cautious, and measured, provides a sense of continuity and balance, reminding us that rest and activity coexist harmoniously, even in extreme environments. The nocturnal desert world exemplifies patience, calm, and attentiveness. By tuning into the quiet motions, soft sounds, and gentle interplay of creatures across moonlit sands, the mind is invited to follow the natural cadence. Sleep can arrive easily, carried by the desert's serene energy and the peaceful routines of its nocturnal inhabitants. Here, rest is a universal language, soft, rhythmic, and endlessly calming. In the dense, green expanse of the jungle, large herbivores move with a calm, unhurried rhythm that exudes serenity. Elephants, the gentle giants of these forests, stroll slowly among trees, their massive bodies swaying with a natural rhythmic grace. The soft crunch of leaves under their feet, the gentle flap of ears, and their quiet, measured breathing create a soothing, almost hypnotic cadence that invites relaxation and calm. Other jungle giants follow similar patterns. Gorillas and orangutans, though powerful and intelligent, exhibit moments of gentle motion as they forage, groom, or rest in the undergrowth. Their deliberate movements, whether reaching for a branch or lying among leafy canopies, demonstrate a peaceful coexistence with their surroundings. Even the occasional low rumble of a distant animal adds a grounding, comforting backdrop, reinforcing the jungle's natural rhythm. Visualizing these creatures in motion encourages a sense of calm. The slow sway of an elephant's trunk, the careful steps of a gorilla navigating roots and vines, or the restful posture of a resting orangutan creates imagery that mirrors slow, deep breathing. The jungle's ambient sounds, distant calls, rustling leaves, and soft water trickles blend with the giant's movements, forming a harmonious environment for mental relaxation. Imagining jungle giants at ease reminds us that even the most powerful creatures honor rest and measured movement. Their calm presence models balance and patience, inviting the mind to release tension and embrace stillness. In this verdant, tranquil world, sleep feels natural and restorative, guided by the gentle rhythms of life moving gracefully through the forest. In the frozen expanse of the Arctic, animals adapt to the extreme cold with serene, measured routines that are naturally calming to imagine. Penguins huddle in large groups, their bodies pressing together for warmth while they rest, creating a soft, rhythmic sway as the colony breathes collectively. The gentle sounds of flapping feathers, shifting bodies, and distant calls form a subtle, peaceful symphony that mirrors the quiet of a snowy landscape. Polar bears, in contrast, often find solitary resting spots in snowbanks or ice caves, curling into themselves to preserve warmth. Their breathing slows, paws are tucked close, and even in their immense size, their rest is gentle and deliberate. Arctic foxes, small yet resilient, retreat to dens beneath the snow, curling tightly in soft bedding, ears twitching occasionally, embodying a calm, protective stillness that is soothing to imagine. Even marine life contributes to this frozen tranquility. Seals lie quietly on ice floes, basking in the weak sunlight of the Arctic, their bodies rising and falling in a slow, steady rhythm. The subtle lapping of frigid water and the occasional soft cry of a distant whale add to a layered soundscape, creating an immersive sense of calm. These animals' movements, though minimal, resonate with a natural pattern that encourages relaxation and mental stillness. Visualizing Arctic animals at rest invites the mind to follow their slow, measured rhythms. The gentle swaying of penguins, the curling posture of foxes, and the soft breathing of bears all encourage slow, deep breaths, easing tension. In the quiet, snow-covered wilderness, rest is essential, deliberate, and harmonious. Imagining these creatures in their serene routines gently guides the mind towards sleep, enveloped by the calm, restorative energy of the Arctic night. The rainforest, alive with colour and sound during the day, gradually shifts into a calm, restorative world at night. Many animals slow their activity, creating a soothing rhythm ideal for drifting into sleep. Sloths, for instance, move with such deliberate, unhurried grace that even imagining their motion is calming. Each slow stretch, each gentle reach for a branch, evokes a quiet patience, teaching the mind to slow and follow the natural flow of the jungle. Other rainforest inhabitants add to this peaceful environment. Tree frogs begin their gentle croaking, a soft, repetitive melody that fills the night without overwhelming it. Owls and other nocturnal birds glide silently through the canopy, their movements smooth and fluid, punctuated by occasional calls that echo like whispers. Small mammals like kinkajous navigate the trees in controlled, calculated steps, their careful balance reinforcing a sense of deliberate calm. Even the rainforest background sounds contribute to its soothing effect. Leaves rustle gently as a soft breeze passes through. Distant water trickles down hidden streams, and the faint hum of insects forms a rhythmic, almost meditative undercurrent. These natural patterns, combined with the slow, mindful movements of its inhabitants, create an environment perfectly suited to relaxation. Imagining rainforest creatures in their nightly routines encourages slow breathing and mindfulness. Watching a sloth curl into a nest of leaves, hearing the subtle call of a tree frog, or picturing a kinkajou gliding silently through branches allows the mind to align with the rainforest's natural rhythm. In this rich, tranquil world, rest is deliberate, restorative, and enveloping. The gentle night of the rainforest models calm and balance, inviting the mind to drift peacefully into sleep. The wide, golden expanse of the savanna offers a unique kind of calm, where animals move in unhurried rhythmic patterns that are naturally soothing to imagine. Giraffes, the gentle giants of these plains, wander slowly among acacia trees, their long necks reaching gracefully for tender leaves. Each deliberate step, the measured sway of their bodies, and the soft rustle of grass beneath their feet create a quiet cadence that mirrors the gentle rise and fall of the breath. Watching a giraffe feed, even in imagination, encourages a slowing of thought, a tuning into the natural rhythms of life. Elephants, too, contribute to the serene atmosphere. Herds move together, sometimes pausing to graze, sometimes lifting their trunks to smell the air or interact softly with one another. Their slow, heavy movements are accompanied by deep, resonant breaths and occasional low, rumbling calls, sounds that, while subtle, carry a profound sense of calm and continuity. Imagining these gentle interactions fosters a meditative mindset, allowing the observer to feel grounded and at peace. Smaller savanna creatures enhance the harmony of this landscape. Zebras graze quietly, their striped patterns blending visually with the tall grass, while antelopes nibble delicately, stepping lightly on the soft earth. Birds flit from branch to branch, sometimes settling to preen, their soft chirps and rustles creating a gentle soundtrack to the unfolding calm. Even insects, moving slowly across leaves or soil, add subtle, repetitive rhythms that resonate with the sense of measured life and effortless balance. The savanna's evening light further amplifies its soothing qualities, As the sun dips low, the landscape softens into warm shades of gold and amber. Shadows lengthen, animals begin to settle, and the distant calls of nocturnal creatures add a gentle, melodic layer to the serene environment. Lions, the kings of this land, often recline in the fading warmth, their slow, relaxed breathing and majestic posture conveying absolute ease and presence. Observing or imagining these behaviors encourages the mind to slow, the heart to relax, and a sense of harmony to settle over the body. Visualizing the savannah in this state, giraffes stretching gracefully, elephants moving with measured steps, antelopes grazing softly, and birds weaving through branches, allows the observer to sync with its natural rhythm. The landscape's quiet expanses, punctuated by gentle motion and soft sound, create an almost hypnotic effect. Each creature, in its deliberate, calm behavior, models a state of mindfulness and ease. The golden plains, bathed in evening light, become a sanctuary of rest, where both mind and body can release tension and prepare for sleep. In this tranquil scene, the savannah demonstrates that even the vastest landscapes, inhabited by the largest and smallest creatures alike, can be worlds of serene rhythm and gentle motion. Imagining these harmonious routines provides comfort and a meditative anchor, guiding the mind toward a peaceful, restorative night. Here, rest is universal, present in every slow step, soft sound, and mindful movement, inviting the observer to drift gently into the calm embrace of sleep. Birds of prey, often seen as powerful hunters, also exhibit surprisingly calm and rhythmic behaviors that can be soothing to observe. As evening falls, eagles, hawks, and owls settle in their perches or nests, preening their feathers, tucking heads beneath wings, or swaying gently in the wind. The deliberate precision of their movements, stretching, ruffling, and adjusting, creates a quiet, meditative rhythm that mirrors the body's natural slow breathing. Owls, in particular, embody serene vigilance. Their soft, silent wing movements allow them to glide effortlessly through twilight forests, while their gentle hoots punctuate the night with a steady, calming cadence. Even eagles, perched high above, demonstrate balance and control, shifting subtly with the breeze, absorbing the fading light, and exhaling a sense of quiet presence. These behaviors, though simple, carry an inherent elegance that invites the mind to slow and focus on stillness. Visualizing these birds at rest encourages mindfulness and relaxation. Watching an owl settle into its branch, imagining the soft flapping of feathers or the subtle turning of a hawk's head to survey its surroundings, evokes a sense of calm. The rhythmic patterns of preening, shifting, and gentle gliding provide a natural guide for the mind to follow, aligning with the tranquil pace of nightfall. In the quiet world of birds of prey, there is a balance of awareness and ease. Their calm routines remind us that even creatures associated with strength and vigilance honor periods of rest. By observing or imagining these gentle behaviors, the mind is invited to release tension, the body to soften, and sleep to arrive naturally. In their quiet evening rituals, birds of prey model patience, presence, and serenity, essential companions for a peaceful, restorative night. As the sun sets over the countryside, farm animals settle into gentle routines that exude calm and relaxation. Cows slowly chew cud in quiet pastures, their rhythmic jaw movements and soft lowing creating a peaceful, meditative atmosphere. Horses nibble at hay, occasionally shifting their weight or flicking their tails, their deliberate motions reflecting a serene, unhurried pace. Sheep gather in cozy groups, curling their bodies together for warmth and safety, while chickens roost quietly on perches, softly rustling feathers as they nestle down for the night. Even pigs, often playful during the day, lie comfortably in the soft earth or straw, occasionally rooting gently or sighing, a slow rhythm that mirrors deep relaxation. Each animal's routine, though simple, carries a calming energy that is naturally soothing to the mind and body. Imagining these farm scenes encourages a sense of tranquility. The rise and fall of a cow's breathing, the swaying of a horse's mane, the soft shuffle of sheep settling in place, all provide subtle cues for slowing the mind. The ambient sounds of the farm, distant lowing, gentle hooves on soil, and the occasional cluck of a chicken, form a layered, soothing backdrop perfect for drifting towards sleep. Farm animals demonstrate a universal pattern. Even in a world filled with activity, there is space for rest and deliberate, gentle movement. Visualizing these animals winding down at dusk guides the mind to follow their rhythm, helping to release tension and invite stillness. In the quiet embrace of a farm at twilight, rest becomes natural and restorative, offering comfort and calm as the day slowly turns into night. In the quiet of the forest at dusk, birds begin to settle, creating a naturally soothing environment. Small songbirds tuck their heads beneath their wings, swaying gently as they rest on branches. Their soft, rhythmic breathing, paired with the occasional quiet chirp, forms a gentle cadence that invites calm. Even woodpeckers, usually energetic by day, find stillness as twilight deepens, their resting posture steady and deliberate. Larger forest birds like owls and hawks also demonstrate tranquil nighttime routines. Perched silently in the canopy, they adjust feathers, shift their weight, and listen attentively to distant sounds. Their careful, deliberate movements, a turn of the head, a stretch of the wings, a slow blink, create a calming rhythm that mirrors natural breathing patterns, encouraging the mind to slow and settle. Imagining these forest birds' routines engages the senses and promotes relaxation. Visualizing the sway of a branch under a resting bird, the soft rustle of feathers, or the gentle echo of a distant call allows the mind to sync with the forest's rhythm. The combination of movement and sound, subtle yet deliberate, fosters a meditative space conducive to rest. In this serene environment, birds model a balance between alertness and relaxation. Even in their quiet vigilance, there is ease and mindfulness, showing that rest is both essential and restorative. Watching or imagining these peaceful forest scenes encourages slow breathing, softening tension, and preparing the mind and body for sleep. The forest at night, alive with gentle bird routines, becomes a sanctuary of calm, inviting a restful, restorative night's journey. Rivers offer a tranquil world where animals move with a soothing, rhythmic grace. Otters float effortlessly along gentle currents, rolling and diving with playful yet measured movements. Their soft splashes and fluid motions create a sense of calm, as if the river itself is breathing along with them. Beavers, busy during the day, often rest in lodges by evening, their slow, deliberate movements reinforcing a sense of serenity in the water's stillness. Fish also contribute to this peaceful rhythm. Schools of small fish glide together, their synchronized motion forming flowing patterns that are both visually and mentally calming. Even larger fish, like carp or catfish, move slowly near riverbeds, their fins and tails tracing soft, gentle arcs through the water. Imagining these movements encourages the mind to follow a gentle, meditative pace, easing tension and promoting relaxation. Birds near rivers, such as herons and kingfishers, add subtle auditory and visual cues to this calming environment, The slow flap of a wing, the delicate ripple caused by landing in water, and occasional soft calls form a layered, soothing soundtrack. Each creature interacts with the water with care, blending into the river's natural rhythm and modeling a world of deliberate, gentle motion. Visualizing river animals at rest or in slow movement aligns the mind with nature's rhythm. Floating otters, gliding fish, and perching birds create patterns of calm that can influence breathing and mental focus. Rivers themselves seem to guide this peaceful flow, carrying both creatures and observers toward a state of quiet reflection. In this flowing, serene ecosystem, rest and motion coexist harmoniously, inviting the mind to slow, the body to soften, and sleep to arrive naturally. High in the mountains, animals navigate steep slopes, rocky outcrops, and alpine meadows with slow, deliberate grace. Mountain goats carefully place each hoof, moving rhythmically along cliff faces and ledges. Their steady, measured steps, combined with their attentive posture, create a sense of balance and calm. Imagining their careful ascent or descent encourages the mind to align with the gentle rhythm of nature, promoting relaxation and focus. Deer in mountainous regions move lightly through meadows, occasionally pausing to graze or glance around. Their movements are unhurried and smooth, creating a visual cadence that mirrors slow, deep breathing. Even smaller creatures like marmots or pikas scurry deliberately among rocks, pausing frequently to observe their surroundings. These gentle, purposeful actions contribute to a sense of calm, demonstrating that motion and rest can coexist peacefully. Birds of the mountains, such as eagles and ravens, add subtle auditory and visual cues to this serene environment. The distant cry of an eagle or the soft flutter of a bird landing on a crag creates a layered, soothing soundscape. Their careful, intentional movements enhance the sense of stillness, encouraging mental focus and mindful observation. Visualizing these mountain animals in their natural routines can guide the mind into relaxation. Watching a goat pause on a ledge, imagining a deer grazing in a sunlit meadow, or picturing a marmot settling into a burrow encourages a slowing of thought and a deepening of calm. The high-altitude environment itself, with its crisp air and quiet expanses, enhances this sense of tranquility. In the mountains, rest and motion exist in harmony. Each animal's deliberate actions, each pause and shift, provides a meditative rhythm that invites the observer to slow down and release tension. The serene presence of mountain animals becomes a natural guide towards sleep, offering comfort, balance, and restorative calm amid the quiet grandeur of alpine landscapes. The ocean surface is a world of gentle, flowing rhythms, where animals move with a calming grace that is both mesmerizing and soothing. Dolphins glide effortlessly along waves, their sleek bodies cutting through the water with smooth, rhythmic motions. Their leaps, spins, and soft splashes create a playful yet meditative pattern, a visual melody that mirrors the rise and fall of breath. Even imagining their effortless movements encourages a sense of lightness, a natural slowing of thought, and a softening of tension in the body. Seabirds, hovering or floating above the water, add subtle movement and gentle sound to this serene scene. Gulls ride the currents with careful wing adjustments, occasionally dipping to skim the surface, while pelicans drift gracefully, wings outstretched, balancing on the breeze. Their deliberate, unhurried motions form a visual rhythm that complements the gentle undulations of the water beneath them. The combination of flight and reflection upon the waves creates a calming symmetry, encouraging the observer's mind to follow a slower, more meditative pace. Marine mammals such as seals and sea lions contribute additional layers to this tranquil tableau. Floating or lazily swimming near the shore, their movements are fluid and steady, punctuated by soft vocalizations or gentle splashes. The way they ride the water's surface, occasionally resting or diving for a brief moment, mirrors natural cycles of movement and stillness. Schools of small fish, glinting in the sunlight or fading into twilight, add subtle, hypnotic patterns, forming natural visuals that invite calm attention and gentle focus. Imagining these ocean surface creatures in their routines encourages alignment with nature's rhythm. The flow of waves, the rise and fall of dolphins, the subtle shifts of seabirds, and the slow, steady presence of seals and sea lions all create a layered symphony of tranquility. Even the soft ambient sounds, water lapping, gentle breezes, distant calls, enhance a sense of peace, providing a soothing backdrop that guides the mind toward relaxation. The surface of the ocean demonstrates a seamless blend of motion and rest. Each movement is purposeful yet unhurried. Every pause carries a gentle significance, and the environment as a whole radiates serenity. By visualizing this world, the mind naturally adopts its calm rhythm, breathing slows, tension eases, and a restorative state emerges. In this expansive, flowing realm, the observer is gently guided into stillness, embracing the peaceful, meditative energy of the ocean and its surface-dwelling creatures, drifting naturally towards sleep. As darkness envelops the jungle, a subtle transformation occurs. Daytime activity slows, and nocturnal animals emerge, moving in gentle, deliberate patterns that are calming to imagine. Owls glide silently through the canopy, their wings slicing the air with barely a whisper, while their large, attentive eyes scan the forest below. The soft, rhythmic hoots of these predators blend with the muted rustle of leaves, forming a serene nighttime symphony that naturally invites relaxation. Other nocturnal mammals follow similarly soothing routines. Slender ocelots move gracefully along branches and undergrowth, their steps deliberate and fluid. Slow, careful movements allow them to navigate their environment safely, creating a rhythm that mirrors deep, controlled breathing. Small primates, such as night monkeys, shift quietly among branches, pausing to listen or groom companions, their subtle motions adding layers of calm to the forest's nighttime ambience. Insects and smaller creatures contribute delicate sounds to this meditative environment. Crickets chirp with rhythmic consistency, katydids add soft, intermittent pulses, and fireflies flicker gently among foliage. These tiny, repetitive cues blend with the larger animals' motions, creating an immersive, hypnotic sensory experience that encourages the mind to slow and the body to relax. Even snakes, sliding with silent precision across the forest floor, add to this tapestry of measured, deliberate motion. Imagining these nighttime jungle scenes allows the mind to engage with natural rhythms. Watching an owl settle on a branch, visualizing an ocelot pausing in the underbrush, or picturing fireflies drifting through the foliage encourages a gentle, meditative focus. The jungle at night, alive yet calm, demonstrates balance, a world where rest and activity coexist in harmony. By observing or imagining these nocturnal routines, tension melts away and a sense of restorative calm takes hold. Each animal's deliberate motion, the rhythmic layering of sound, and the forest's quiet, enveloping darkness guide the mind toward a state of tranquility. In this serene nocturnal world, the observer is invited to slow breathing, soften thought, and embrace the soothing, restorative embrace of nature, gently drifting towards sleep. Beneath the icy surface of the Arctic Ocean lies a serene, slow-moving world that is naturally calming to imagine. Whales glide effortlessly through frigid waters, their massive bodies moving with rhythmic grace. Each exhale of air from a blowhole, each gentle sweep of a tail, creates a visual and mental rhythm that mirrors deep, steady breathing, fostering a sense of calm and presence. Seals float or drift near ice floes, occasionally dipping below the surface before reappearing, their movements smooth and deliberate. Observing their fluid navigation through the water evokes a sense of weightless tranquility, as if the mind itself is moving with the slow currents. Even the subtle pulsing of jellyfish in these frigid waters contributes to a hypnotic, meditative quality, their translucent forms moving with the flow, each gentle pulse reinforcing a sense of peace. Fish and smaller marine creatures add quiet, patterned motion. Schools of small fish move in synchronized arcs, reflecting the dim light filtering through the icy water. Their collective movements form soft visual patterns, almost like waves of gentle energy, encouraging the mind to slow and synchronize with their rhythm. The Arctic environment itself, vast, quiet, and seemingly untouched, amplifies this calm, making each movement and sound feel intentional and soothing. The Arctic Sea is also punctuated by subtle auditory cues. Distant whale calls, soft ice creaks, and the gentle lapping of water against ice floes form a layered soundscape that deepens the sense of relaxation. Imagining these sounds alongside the animals' graceful motions allows the mind to adopt the slow, measured pace of the Arctic waters, releasing tension and encouraging stillness. Visualizing this tranquil underwater world encourages deep, restorative relaxation. Whales gliding, seals drifting, schools of fish undulating, and jellyfish pulsing all create a hypnotic pattern that the mind can follow, fostering mindfulness and calm. In this serene Arctic realm, movement and rest coexist in perfect harmony, modeling patience, balance, and gentle rhythm. Engaging with these peaceful scenes invites the observer to breathe slowly, soften the body, and drift naturally into sleep, carried by the restorative, hypnotic energy of the frozen sea. Deep within the rainforest, the nocturnal world awakens in a calm, deliberate manner. Many mammals move slowly and thoughtfully among dense foliage, creating a serene, almost meditative environment. Monkeys, such as howler monkeys and night monkeys, navigate the branches with careful precision. Each leap, each grasp, and each pause carries a quiet, rhythmic quality that encourages the mind to slow and focus on gentle observation. Sloths, the quintessential slow movers of the rainforest, continue their unhurried routines even at night. Stretching along branches, slowly reaching for leaves, or curling into nests, they embody absolute calm. Imagining their deliberate fluid motions allows the observer to adopt a slower pace mentally, aligning breathing and thought with the measured rhythm of these creatures. Other rainforest mammals like kinkajous or coatis move softly along vines and branches, their small, cautious steps producing subtle sounds that harmonize with the forest's nocturnal ambience. Even in dense shadows, their movements are deliberate, avoiding unnecessary energy expenditure and forming a quiet pattern of activity and stillness. This balance between motion and rest is soothing to imagine, inviting the mind to let go of tension and enter a state of calm. The rainforest night is alive with gentle auditory cues. Leaves rustle softly under the careful steps of animals. Distant calls of owls or frogs echo rhythmically, and the faint hum of insects creates a continuous meditative undertone. Each layer of sound works in harmony with the slow movements of mammals, crafting an immersive sensory experience that naturally encourages relaxation. Visualizing these creatures winding through the rainforest at night, pausing, stretching, and resting encourages deep, restorative calm. The deliberate pace of their lives, combined with the layered, gentle sounds of their environment, helps the mind slow, the body relax, and the observer drift towards sleep. In this lush, tranquil world, movement and rest coexist seamlessly, offering a meditative journey where the mind can release tension and embrace serenity, guided by the gentle rhythms of rainforest mammals. As the sun sets over the savanna, birds settle into their nightly routines, moving with calm precision that is naturally soothing to imagine. Vultures, eagles, and smaller songbirds all find perches or sheltered branches, adjusting feathers and curling into comfortable positions. The deliberate motions of preening, stretching wings, or shifting balance create a soft, rhythmic visual pattern, encouraging the mind to slow and follow their gentle cadence. Smaller birds, like weavers or finches, tuck their heads beneath wings or huddle together on branches, creating a sense of communal warmth and security. Their occasional chirps or the soft rustle of feathers add subtle sound cues, forming a layered, soothing atmosphere. Even as the savanna cools and shadows lengthen, the birds' calm routines provide continuity, a comforting rhythm in an otherwise vast open landscape. Larger raptors such as eagles and hawks demonstrate patience and stillness. Perched silently atop acacia trees or rocky outcrops, they shift occasionally with the wind, observing the twilight landscape with measured awareness. Their quiet presence models a meditative balance, showing that even creatures known for power and precision honor moments of rest. Imagining their careful movements, a slow turn of the head, a gentle adjustment of wings, a deliberate shift in posture, invites mental calm and physical relaxation. The savanna bird's environment itself contributes to this tranquility. The soft rustle of tall grasses, distant lowing of grazing animals, and occasional call of nocturnal creatures provide a gentle, layered soundscape. Combined with the bird's measured, deliberate movements, these natural elements create an immersive, meditative setting that fosters deep relaxation. Visualizing these routines encourages synchronization with nature's rhythm. Observing the slow, careful habits of savanna birds allows the mind to mirror their calm, releasing tension and promoting restful breathing. In this expansive, peaceful landscape, birds demonstrate the quiet power of patience and presence, guiding the observer toward restorative sleep. Through their gentle, deliberate actions, the savanna at twilight becomes a sanctuary of calm, where rest, rhythm, and serenity exist in perfect harmony, inviting the mind and body to drift effortlessly into night. Along the gentle banks of rivers and streams, mammals move with a slow, deliberate grace that naturally soothes the mind. Beavers, famous for their industrious nature during the day, spend evenings resting in lodges, occasionally gliding softly into the water to check on their surroundings. Their movements are fluid and measured, creating a sense of rhythm that mirrors the soft undulations of the river itself. Otters, playful yet calm, drift with the current, rolling and floating in harmonious motion. Their smooth, almost weightless movements on the water's surface create a visual rhythm, enhanced by occasional soft splashes and gentle exhalations. Imagining these creatures at rest or moving effortlessly through the water encourages the mind to adopt a similar pace, slowing racing thoughts and easing tension. Smaller riverbank mammals contribute subtle, soothing layers. Muskrats glide through reeds with deliberate strokes, while raccoons quietly forage along the edge, their soft paw steps blending seamlessly with the ambient sounds of water lapping against the shore. Even the occasional subtle rustle of vegetation under small mammals' feet adds to the layered sensory tapestry, forming a natural meditative rhythm. Birds that dwell near riverbanks, such as herons and kingfishers, enhance this serene environment. Their careful steps into shallow water, precise dives, and smooth flight paths create an interplay of gentle movement and calm observation. The combination of mammals and birds moving in synchrony with the river's flow forms a visual and auditory pattern that encourages mindfulness and relaxation. Visualizing these routines promotes deep restorative calm. Watching beavers resting, otters gliding, or raccoons moving quietly along the riverbank invites the mind to slow, the body to release tension, and the breath to deepen. The river itself, with its soft ripples, reflective surface, and rhythmic sounds, amplifies this effect, guiding the observer toward a peaceful state of mind. In this tranquil habitat, motion and rest coexist effortlessly, providing a meditative journey where the mind can drift gently into sleep, carried by the soothing, harmonious rhythms of riverbank life. As the desert night descends, birds that thrive in these arid landscapes settle into calm routines, creating a soothing rhythm for the environment. Hawks and falcons, typically vigilant during the day, perch silently atop rock formations or cacti, preening their feathers or adjusting their stance with slow, deliberate movements. Each subtle shift, stretch of wings, or careful turn of the head forms a visual cadence that mirrors deep, steady breathing, naturally inviting relaxation. Smaller birds, like sparrows and finches adapted to desert life, tuck themselves into sheltered nooks, huddling in small groups to preserve warmth and safety. Their quiet chirps and soft rustling of feathers punctuate the stillness, adding gentle auditory cues that enhance the calming atmosphere. Even the occasional fluttering of wings as a bird adjusts its perch blends harmoniously with the desert's tranquil nighttime sounds. The desert's environment itself contributes to the sense of calm. The soft whisper of wind over sand dunes, the distant call of nocturnal mammals, and the subtle shifting of sand underfoot create a layered soundscape that is both soothing and meditative. Birds' deliberate movements interact seamlessly with these ambient sounds, forming a natural rhythm that encourages mindfulness and slows the racing mind. Visualizing these desert birds in their nightly routines fosters a sense of peace. Watching a falcon settle gracefully on a cactus, imagining small birds nesting quietly in crevices, or picturing the rhythmic sway of feathers in the breeze invites the mind to synchronize with this slow, deliberate pace. The desert night, vast and still, becomes a sanctuary of calm, where rest and motion coexist in perfect balance. Through these quiet, measured routines, desert birds model patience, presence, and restorative calm. By imagining or observing their movements, the observer is guided into a meditative state, where tension melts away and sleep can arrive naturally. The desert at night, with its gentle, harmonious inhabitants, offers a serene and grounding environment, inviting both mind and body to drift gently into peaceful slumber. In the quiet of the woodland, animals follow soft, deliberate routines that embody calm and tranquility. Deer move lightly among the trees, stepping softly on fallen leaves and moss, their smooth, measured movements creating a natural rhythm that is calming to imagine. Rabbits and hares tuck into small burrows or under leafy cover, occasionally twitching ears or shifting slightly, their subtle, repetitive motions forming a gentle cadence that aligns with slow, mindful breathing. Squirrels, usually active and energetic during the day, find cozy nests in tree hollows at night, curling their bodies and smoothing fur with careful, deliberate movements. Hedgehogs roll into protective, restful positions, embodying the perfect balance of stillness and safety. Observing or visualizing these quiet routines encourages the mind to slow, focusing on the gentle repetition of natural patterns rather than racing thoughts or external distractions. Even small nocturnal creatures contribute to the woodland's soothing atmosphere. Owls perch silently, gliding occasionally from branch to branch with fluid, almost imperceptible wing movements. Soft hoots and the rustle of wings add subtle auditory cues, layering with the muted sounds of the forest floor, leaves shifting under paws, distant water trickles and the faint hum of insects, to create a meditative sensory experience. Visualizing these woodland mammals in their nightly routines invites deep relaxation. Watching a deer pause to graze, imagining a hedgehog curling in its nest, or picturing a squirrel settling in a tree hollow encourages the mind to mirror their slow, deliberate pace. The woodland itself, dark, cool and enveloping, enhances the sense of safety and serenity, reinforcing the calming effect of these gentle routines. In this peaceful environment, motion and rest exist in harmony. Each creature's deliberate movement, each pause and adjustment, models patience, mindfulness, and balance. Engaging with these serene woodland scenes helps release tension, slow breathing, and guide the observer toward restorative sleep. The gentle rhythm of woodland life offers a sanctuary of calm, where the mind and body can drift naturally into the restorative embrace of the night. As twilight blankets the wide, open meadows, animals begin to ease into calm, restorative routines. Deer graze slowly along soft grasses, lowering their heads and lifting them in a gentle, rhythmic pattern. Each measured step, each subtle sway, mirrors deep, steady breathing, naturally encouraging the observer's mind to slow and relax. Rabbits and hares nestle quietly in tall grass, curling their bodies into safe, comforting positions. The occasional rustle of leaves or soft hop forms a subtle cadence that enhances the tranquil atmosphere. Small mammals like field mice scuttle softly among the undergrowth, pausing frequently to sense their surroundings. Hedgehogs curl into protective, restful balls, demonstrating the peaceful coexistence of motion and stillness. Observing or imagining these gentle routines fosters mental calm, allowing tension to melt away as the mind follows the slow, deliberate pace of the meadow's inhabitants. Birds add another layer of serenity to the scene. Sparrows and finches perch quietly, preening feathers or stretching wings, their movements subtle and deliberate. The soft flutter of wings, paired with distant calls of settling birds, forms a layered, soothing soundscape. Even the whisper of the evening breeze across the grasses contributes to this meditative rhythm, harmonizing with each animal's slow, careful actions. Visualizing these sleepy meadow scenes encourages synchronization with nature's natural cadence. Watching deer graze, imagining rabbits nesting, and picturing birds gently adjusting feathers invites the mind to adopt the same calm, deliberate pace. The open meadow, cool and expansive, offers a sanctuary of rest, where all creatures coexist in harmony with the rhythms of the land. Through these gentle routines, the meadow models patience, mindfulness, and restorative ease. Engaging with the tranquil patterns of meadow life helps the observer release tension, slow breathing, and drift naturally towards sleep. The quiet, harmonious energy of the meadow embraces mind and body alike, offering a deeply soothing journey into the restorative embrace of night. As the sun dips below the horizon, the forest enters a gentle state of twilight calm. Animals shift into quiet routines, moving slowly and deliberately through the undergrowth. Deer step softly along leafy paths, pausing occasionally to graze or sniff the cool evening air. Their careful, measured movements create a soothing rhythm, naturally encouraging the mind to follow a slower pace and release tension. Rabbits and hares curl into sheltered spots beneath dense foliage, twitching ears or shifting slightly as they settle, their subtle motions forming a gentle cadence. Nocturnal mammals gradually awaken, adding layers of calm activity to the quiet forest. Owls glide silently between branches, wings cutting through the air almost without sound, while night monkeys or small primates move with careful precision from branch to branch. Their fluid, mindful movements echo a steady, meditative rhythm, inviting the observer's mind to slow and focus on the gentle, restorative patterns of nature. Even smaller creatures contribute to the forest's soothing soundtrack. Crickets chirp consistently, katydids add soft, intermittent pulses, and fireflies drift quietly through the trees, flickering like tiny lanterns in the gathering darkness. The combination of subtle sounds and deliberate motions creates an immersive sensory experience, ideal for calming the mind and easing the body into relaxation. Visualizing these twilight routines encourages a deep, restorative sense of peace. Watching an owl settle on a branch, imagining a deer grazing in a quiet clearing, or picturing fireflies drifting gently through the canopy allows the mind to synchronize with the forest's tranquil rhythm. The forest at twilight becomes a sanctuary of stillness, where motion and rest coexist in harmony, and the observer is gently guided toward mental calm. In this serene environment, patience, presence, and balance are fully displayed. Engaging with these gentle routines helps release tension, slows breathing, and encourages the mind to drift naturally towards sleep. Twilight in the forest shows that even in active spaces, harmony and calm are possible, offering a meditative journey into restorative nighttime serenity. The Arctic tundra, vast and quiet under the fading light, is home to animals whose calm routines invite a deep sense of serenity. Caribou move slowly across snowy plains, their hooves pressing gently into the soft frozen ground. Each step is deliberate and rhythmic, creating a visual cadence that mirrors steady breathing and encourages mental calm. The subtle crunch of snow beneath them blends into the tranquil soundscape, adding a soothing layer to the stillness of the tundra. Arctic hares and foxes tuck themselves into sheltered spots, curling into warm, protective positions as they prepare for rest. Observing or imagining their gentle movements fosters a sense of mindfulness, inviting the observer to slow thoughts and align breathing with the deliberate pace of these animals. Even smaller mammals like lemmings or voles move carefully and predictably through the undergrowth, contributing subtle sounds and patterns that enhance the sense of calm. Birds adapted to the tundra, such as snowy owls and ptarmigans, add a soft visual and auditory rhythm. Owls glide silently across open plains, wings barely rustling, while ptarmigans shift slowly among low shrubs, their measured movements mirroring the quiet patience of the tundra. These creatures demonstrate balance and presence, showing that even in extreme environments, calm and restorative patterns exist. Imagining this Arctic world encourages deep relaxation. Visualizing caribou stepping softly, owls glide in effortlessly, and hares curling into nests invites the mind to adopt a slower, meditative pace. The tundra's open expanses, cool air and quiet rhythms amplify this effect, creating an immersive sanctuary for mental calm. The interplay of deliberate motion and stillness forms a natural pattern, fostering restorative energy and preparing the body and mind for rest. In the gentle Arctic landscape, motion and rest coexist in perfect harmony. Each animal's deliberate, unhurried routines guide the observer toward mindfulness, slow breathing, and profound calm. Engaging with this serene environment allows the mind to release tension, embrace the quiet rhythm of nature, and drift naturally into sleep, carried by the soft, restorative energy of the Arctic tundra. Wetlands are a world of gentle water and slow, deliberate movement, where animals coexist in peaceful rhythms. Ducks and geese glide softly across calm ponds, their webbed feet barely disturbing the water. Each glide and subtle splash creates a visual and mental rhythm, encouraging the mind to follow their steady, soothing pace. The reflective surface of the water mirrors their movements, doubling the sense of calm and stillness. Beavers and muskrats add to this serene environment with measured routines. Beavers drift or nudge at lodges, their slow, purposeful actions forming a meditative pattern. Muskrats weave through reeds with deliberate strokes, pausing occasionally to sense their surroundings. Watching or imagining these soft, methodical motions invites the mind to adopt a similar pace, slowing racing thoughts and easing tension. Birds of the wetlands contribute subtle auditory and visual cues. Herons stand patiently in shallow water, adjusting posture with grace, while kingfishers hover and dive with quiet precision. Their slow, intentional movements combine with the soft lapping of water, occasional croaks of frogs, and distant insect hums to create a layered soundscape that is calming and immersive. Small creatures like dragonflies and butterflies add delicate visual rhythm. Their gentle, almost weightless flights over reeds and lilies provide subtle motion that complements the larger animal's steady pace. The interplay of water, motion, and soft sound forms a natural meditation, encouraging the observer to sync with the slow, deliberate rhythms of wetland life. Visualizing these routines promotes deep relaxation. Watching a duck glide, a beaver adjusting its lodge, or a heron standing perfectly still invites the mind to mirror the calm, deliberate pace of the wetlands. This tranquil environment fosters restorative energy, slows breathing, and eases tension. Motion and stillness coexist seamlessly here, offering a meditative journey that guides the observer gently towards sleep. The wetlands' peaceful patterns embrace mind and body alike, creating a harmonious sanctuary of calm, where every ripple, flap, and gentle movement carries the promise of serene, restorative rest. In the lush rainforest canopy, birds follow gentle, deliberate routines that embody calm and tranquility. Parrots, toucans, and other canopy dwellers perch on thick branches, adjusting feathers and stretching wings in slow, measured motions. Each subtle movement creates a natural rhythm, encouraging the observer's mind to sync with their deliberate pace. The soft sounds of wings shifting and beaks gently tapping nearby leaves form a layered, soothing auditory backdrop that complements the visual calm. Smaller birds, like hummingbirds and finches, pause frequently, balancing delicately on thin branches or hovering softly near flowers. Their rapid yet controlled wing beats, punctuated by moments of stillness, create a gentle, oscillating rhythm that mirrors slow, mindful breathing. Watching or imagining these tiny creatures in their careful routines fosters deep relaxation and encourages the mind to slow, releasing the day's tension. Nocturnal birds also contribute to this serene environment. Owls and nightjars glide silently through the shadows, their wings cutting through the humid air with almost imperceptible sound. Each glide, each deliberate perch, exemplifies the harmony of motion and stillness in nature. Their quiet vigilance and patient movements invite the observer to focus gently on rhythm and pattern, promoting a meditative mental state. The rainforest itself adds to this tranquil tapestry. Leaves sway softly in the evening breeze. Distant calls of hidden animals echo through the trees, and insects provide a subtle, constant hum. These natural layers of sound and motion create a multi-sensory environment, ideal for guiding the mind into calm focus. Visualizing the birds interacting gently with this environment, parrots preening, owls gliding, hummingbirds hovering, enhances the immersive sense of serenity, drawing attention to deliberate, harmonious movement. Engaging with these gentle routines promotes deep restorative calm. Observing or imagining rainforest birds encourages slow, steady breathing, relaxed posture, and a quieting of thought. Motion and rest coexist seamlessly here, showing that even in a vibrant living ecosystem, balance and tranquility are always present. The rainforest canopy becomes a sanctuary of meditative calm, guiding the mind and body towards sleep, wrapped in the soft, restorative rhythms of these serene birds. In the quiet of a twilight meadow, even the smallest creatures contribute to the soothing rhythm of nature. Insects move with gentle precision, their tiny bodies creating subtle patterns that are calming to imagine. Ladybugs crawl slowly over blades of grass, antennae twitching with measured curiosity, while grasshoppers shift softly from stalk to stalk, their movements deliberate and rhythmic. Watching these small, purposeful motions encourages the mind to slow, following their steady, meditative pace. Bees, after a day of gathering nectar, return to their hives, moving with calm, methodical patterns. Their gentle hum, paired with the soft brush of wings against flowers, forms an auditory layer that enhances relaxation. Fireflies add a visual rhythm to the scene, flickering softly among grasses and wildflowers, their intermittent glows creating a hypnotic, gentle cadence that mirrors the rise and fall of deep restorative breaths. Other insects, like butterflies and moths, drift slowly through the meadow, flapping their delicate wings in controlled, peaceful motions. The fluttering of their wings, combined with the natural rustle of grasses and leaves, creates a layered sensory experience, promoting calm and mental stillness. The interplay of motion, sound, and subtle light patterns forms a meditative rhythm, encouraging the observer to synchronize with the natural pace of the meadow's tiny inhabitants. Imagining these insect routines fosters a profound sense of calm. Watching a ladybug traverse a leaf, visualizing a bee gently returning to its hive, or picturing fireflies flickering softly in the evening light, guides the mind to slow and the body to relax. The meadow, alive yet tranquil, offers a sanctuary where small movements and stillness coexist seamlessly, modeling the restorative balance of nature. Engaging with the deliberate, soothing actions of these peaceful meadow insects encourages slow breathing, a release of tension, and deep mental relaxation. Each tiny movement, each subtle sound, contributes to the immersive rhythm of the meadow, guiding the observer gently towards sleep. In this quiet, harmonious world, even the smallest creatures demonstrate the meditative power of calm, carrying the mind and body naturally into restorative rest. Beneath the surface of the ocean floor is home to a slow-moving, peaceful world that invites calm and relaxation. Starfish cling to rocks, their tiny tube feet moving deliberately and rhythmically, almost imperceptibly. Sea cucumbers inch along the sandy bottom, stretching and contracting with fluid, meditative motions. Even the smallest crustaceans like crabs and shrimp move with purposeful care, their steady scuttling forming a gentle pattern that the mind can follow and relax into. Coral and anemones add subtle movement to the scene, swaying softly with the ebbing currents. Their delicate rhythmic motions create a visual cadence, soothing to watch, and imagining the flow encourages mental stillness. Small fish glide lazily between rocks and coral formations, their movements unhurried and graceful, complementing the larger, slower motions of the ocean floor dwellers. Each flick of a fin, each gentle pulse of a body, mirrors a slow, controlled breath, helping the observer's mind align with the rhythm of the deep sea. The ocean floor also offers gentle auditory cues. Soft waves ripple overhead, muffled by water, creating a steady rhythmic hum. Occasionally distant clicks, bubbles, or the brushing of sand add subtle layers to the tranquil soundscape. These natural sounds, combined with the deliberate motions of ocean creatures, form an immersive environment perfect for meditation and sleep preparation. Visualizing this underwater world encourages a deep sense of restorative calm. Watching a starfish slowly cling to a rock, imagining a crab's gentle scuttle across the sand, or picturing anemones swaying in sync with the current guides the mind into a slow, meditative pace. The ocean floor, quiet and expansive, demonstrates balance and harmony, where even the smallest, slowest motions contribute to a serene rhythmic pattern. By engaging with these gentle routines, the observer is invited to breathe slowly, release tension, and sink into profound relaxation. Motion and stillness coexist perfectly here, offering a meditative journey where the mind and body drift effortlessly towards sleep. The peaceful energy of the ocean floor envelops the observer, creating a sanctuary of calm where every movement carries the promise of serene, restorative rest. Along quiet riverbanks, otters move with smooth, playful calm, creating a rhythmic pattern that is naturally soothing to observe. As dusk falls, river otters begin to settle into their gentle routines, sliding gracefully into water, paddling softly, and gliding effortlessly across calm currents. Each movement is deliberate, fluid, and measured, encouraging the mind to follow the gentle cadence of their motions and drift into a state of relaxed focus. On shore, otters pause to groom themselves, stretching limbs and rolling gently on soft riverbank soil. Their careful, repetitive actions, cleaning fur, adjusting positions, or curling into nests, create a subtle visual rhythm. Observing or imagining these actions invites the mind to slow and synchronize with the otter's measured pace, promoting calm and easing tension. Even the soft plopping of water as they dive or resurface adds an auditory layer that reinforces the peaceful rhythm of their environment. Other riverbank mammals contribute to this serene scene. Beavers work quietly on lodges, muskrats move with careful strokes among reeds, and occasionally small birds like kingfishers perch silently, adding gentle visual and auditory cues. The combination of slow, deliberate motion with layered ambient sounds, rustling grasses, soft water laps, and distant calls of nocturnal animals creates an immersive sensory experience ideal for meditation and sleep preparation. Visualizing river otters in these peaceful routines encourages deep relaxation. Imagining their fluid glides, soft splashes, and curling into nests allows the observer to mirror their calm, deliberate pace. The riverbank environment, quiet and protective, reinforces this effect, offering a sanctuary of serenity where motion and rest coexist seamlessly. Engaging with the slow, restorative routines of river otters encourages slow, mindful breathing and a gentle release of tension. Each glide, each playful roll, and each pause models balance and harmony in nature. This meditative rhythm carries the mind and body effortlessly toward rest, allowing sleep to arrive naturally. The calm energy of the river and its inhabitants envelops the observer, providing a soothing, restorative experience that lulls both mind and body into peaceful slumber. As night deepens in the dense jungle, a calm rhythm emerges among its mammalian inhabitants. Monkeys, once energetic during the day, now move with careful, deliberate grace, navigating branches slowly to find secure resting spots. Their motions, each leap, grasp, and adjustment, form a natural cadence that mirrors slow, mindful breathing, encouraging the observer to align with the jungle's tranquil tempo. Observing or imagining these deliberate movements helps the mind release tension and settle into a calm, meditative state. Sloths, masters of unhurried living, continue their gentle routines among the canopy, stretching limbs toward leaves, curling slowly into resting positions, or shifting slightly on branches. They embody patience and mindfulness. Watching a sloth's measured actions fosters a sense of serenity, encouraging the mind to adopt a slower, more deliberate pace. Even smaller mammals like agoutis or tree-dwelling rodents contribute to the rhythm of the night, moving cautiously through undergrowth or climbing trunks with soft, deliberate steps. Their subtle, almost inaudible motions add layers to the serene auditory and visual landscape of the jungle. Predators, too, follow a careful, unhurried routine. Jaguars may prowl silently along forest floors or lie in shaded clearings, muscles relaxed, eyes alert but unhurried. Their deliberate movements, measured and precise, model a calm presence, showing that even in a predator's world, patience and balance are essential. The jungle's nocturnal birds, such as owls and nightjars, glide silently overhead, adding to the layered sense of quiet motion. Their wings slice the humid air smoothly, creating almost imperceptible sounds that blend harmoniously with the rustle of leaves and distant water sources. The jungle night itself provides a calming backdrop. The gentle chorus of insects pulses steadily. Distant calls of frogs and nocturnal mammals echo softly, and the subtle sway of foliage in the evening breeze creates visual and auditory rhythms. Observing or imagining these interactions, the slow movements of mammals, the rhythmic calls of nocturnal creatures, and the constant, soft hum of the forest, forms a meditative sensory experience. Visualizing these routines promotes deep restorative calm. Watching a sloth stretch, a monkey carefully reposition itself on a branch, or a jaguar lying in quiet observation allows the mind to mirror their deliberate, unhurried pace. The jungle becomes a sanctuary of harmony, where motion and rest coexist effortlessly, and each creature's measured actions guide the observer toward mental stillness. Engaging with the deliberate, soothing rhythms of jungle mammals encourages the mind and body to slow, breathing to deepen, and tension to melt away. Each calculated motion, each gentle pause, and the layered sounds of the nocturnal jungle create a meditative cadence that carries the observer towards sleep. In this vibrant yet calm environment, the jungle teaches patience, presence, and restorative balance, providing a deeply immersive, sleep-inducing sanctuary for both mind and body. As the golden sun dips toward the horizon, the savanna transitions into a gentle, calming evening. Mammals across this vast landscape slow their movements, embracing the rhythm of twilight. Elephants walk deliberately along soft grassy plains, each heavy step forming a subtle grounding cadence. Their slow sway, the gentle flap of ears, and the measured movement of trunks create a visual and mental rhythm that naturally encourages relaxation. Observing or imagining these deliberate motions allows the mind to synchronize with the calm, expansive energy of the savanna. Giraffes, tall and graceful, move with unhurried elegance, necks stretching toward acacia leaves in slow, precise motions. The gentle swaying of their bodies, combined with cautious, deliberate steps, mirrors a meditative pace, inviting the observer to slow breathing and release tension. Smaller savanna mammals like warthogs and antelopes pause intermittently to graze or rest, their subtle, repetitive movements reinforcing the tranquil tempo of the evening. Rabbits and rodents scurry softly along hidden paths, adding delicate visual and auditory layers to the serene scene. Predators, too, display calm and measured behavior. Lions rest in shaded clearings, lying with relaxed muscles while their eyes remain watchful. Their stillness, punctuated by occasional stretches or careful shifts, models balance and mindfulness, showing that even in active predator territories, deliberate motion and restful pause coexist in harmony. Hyenas move slowly along familiar trails, steps quiet and precise, blending seamlessly into the ambient rhythm of the savanna night. The savanna itself contributes to the immersive sense of calm. The soft rustle of tall grasses in the evening breeze, distant calls of nocturnal birds, and the subtle murmur of insects combine to form a layered soundscape that soothes the mind. Observing or imagining these combined motions and sounds, elephants swaying, giraffes stretching, antelopes grazing, provides a meditative sensory experience, encouraging mental stillness and deep relaxation. Visualizing these peaceful routines guides the observer toward restorative calm. Watching a majestic elephant amble, a giraffe carefully select leaves, or a lion stretch lazily in the shade encourages the mind to adopt a slower, more deliberate rhythm. The savanna, wide and open yet intimately connected through gentle motion and soft sound, becomes a sanctuary of tranquility. Motion and rest coexist effortlessly, teaching patience, presence, and harmony. Engaging with the deliberate, soothing patterns of savanna mammals fosters slow, mindful breathing, a release of tension, and profound mental relaxation. Each movement, each subtle adjustment, and the layered sounds of twilight create a natural cadence that carries the observer gently towards sleep. The savanna night embraces both mind and body, offering a vast restorative environment where calm, balance, and serenity reign supreme. High in the craggy mountain ranges, mountain goats embody a serene, deliberate calm that encourages mindfulness and relaxation. As the sun dips behind jagged peaks, these sure-footed creatures move with careful precision along steep cliffs and rocky ledges. Each calculated step, each subtle shift of weight, forms a visual rhythm that mirrors slow, measured breathing. Observing or imagining their careful navigation of the rocky terrain invites the mind to slow, releasing tension and settling into a state of calm awareness. Mountain goats stretch and adjust their limbs deliberately, balancing gracefully against the rocky backdrop. Their soft, deliberate movements, shifting hooves, curling into resting positions, or lowering heads to graze sparse alpine vegetation, create a gentle, hypnotic cadence. Even small, almost imperceptible movements, like the flick of a tail or the tilt of a head, contribute to the immersive rhythm of the mountain environment, promoting relaxation and mental stillness. Other alpine creatures complement this serene scene. Marmots emerge from burrows to settle on sun-warmed rocks, slowly preening or stretching before curling into protective positions. Birds of the high cliffs, like eagles or alpine choughs, glide silently on thermals, wings moving with unhurried grace. Their glides, paired with occasional soft calls, add layers of visual and auditory calm to the alpine setting, harmonizing with the goat's deliberate pace. The mountains themselves enhance this soothing environment. Gentle breezes sweep across cliffs and ledges. The distant murmur of flowing streams echoes through valleys, and soft rustles of alpine grasses provide subtle, comforting sound cues. Visualizing the goat's careful, steady routines against this vast, tranquil backdrop encourages a meditative focus, aligning the observer's breathing and thoughts with the natural cadence of the high mountains. Engaging with these deliberate alpine routines fosters deep relaxation. Watching a mountain goat step carefully along a cliff, imagining a marmot curling into a rock crevice, or picturing an eagle gliding effortlessly across the sky, encourages slow, mindful breathing and mental calm. Motion and stillness coexist seamlessly here, offering a sanctuary where mind and body can release tension and drift naturally towards sleep. The high mountain environment, with its serene, measured rhythms, envelops the observer in restorative calm, guiding them gently into the restorative embrace of night. As evening settles over the desert, the landscape transforms into a muted world of golden sands and cooling stones. Reptiles, perfectly adapted to this arid terrain, begin their calm evening rituals. Small lizards crawl across sun-warmed rocks, lifting each limb with measured precision. Every careful motion creates a hypnotic rhythm that invites the observer's mind to slow and synchronize with the desert's natural tempo. Their graceful movements, deliberate and unhurried, foster a sense of peace that spreads gently through body and mind. Snakes, gliding silently over smooth sand or curling into shaded burrows, exhibit fluidity and patience. Each coil and stretch demonstrates harmony between motion and stillness, a delicate balance that encourages mental calm. Watching or envisioning their movements allows tension to melt, replacing restless thoughts with a gentle, meditative focus. Even small geckos, flicking tongues and adjusting toes, contribute subtle visual patterns that enhance the soothing ambience. Nocturnal sounds complete the tranquil desert experience. The faint chirp of crickets resonates against rocks, while tiny insects crawl along dry plants, producing soft, rhythmic whispers. Occasionally, distant calls of night birds ripple across the dunes, mingling with the soft breeze that flows over rippled sand. These sensory layers combine to form a serene, immersive environment where each movement and sound complements the next, creating harmony that is deeply restorative. Visualizing these creatures' evening routines invites profound relaxation. Imagine a lizard pausing to sense its surroundings, a snake gliding without effort, or a gecko navigating narrow crevices. The desert's vast openness emphasizes quietude and patience, showing that stillness and deliberate activity coexist effortlessly. Even the smallest creatures play a role in sustaining this meditative rhythm, guiding the mind toward calm focus. Engaging with the desert's unhurried creatures cultivates slow, steady breathing and encourages the release of physical and emotional tension. Each purposeful step, each silent glide, and every nuanced adjustment demonstrates balance, precision, and tranquility. Motion flows naturally into rest here, producing a soothing cadence that carries the observer towards sleep. The desert night, expansive and serene, wraps the mind and body in quiet, restorative energy, providing a sanctuary where relaxation deepens with every imagined detail. As dusk settles over the dense rainforest, amphibians emerge into a calm, tranquil rhythm. Frogs perch quietly on leaves, absorbing the moist air while salamanders slide slowly along damp branches and mossy bark. Their movements are precise and deliberate, each subtle adjustment forming a meditative cadence. Observing or imagining these gentle motions encourages the mind to synchronize with their unhurried pace, promoting a profound sense of calm and mental stillness. Tree frogs, with soft, glistening skin, stretch and reposition themselves deliberately, their small limbs moving with slow elegance. Every delicate motion reflects harmony between body and environment, modeling balance that invites the observer to release tension and focus on steady, relaxed breathing. Even tiny tadpoles gliding in quiet pools contribute to the serene rhythm, their fluid, continuous motion creating a soothing visual pattern. The rainforest soundscape enhances this immersive experience. The rhythmic croaking of distant frogs blends with the soft rustle of leaves in the evening breeze. Insects hum and chirp, and water trickles gently over roots and rocks, forming a layered soundtrack that calms the mind. Each subtle noise merges seamlessly with the movements of amphibians, reinforcing a sense of slow, natural cadence. Visualizing these routines encourages restorative relaxation. Picture a frog adjusting its position on a broad leaf, a salamander gliding carefully over moss-covered bark, or tadpoles drifting gently beneath reflective water. The rainforest canopy, thick and protective, emphasizes safety and quietude, creating a sanctuary where even the smallest creatures move with mindful purpose. This immersive environment allows the observer to align breathing, slow thoughts, and settle deeply into calm. Engaging with the rainforest's amphibians fosters deep mental and physical restoration. Each deliberate stretch, glide, or shift mirrors the natural rhythm of the surroundings, guiding the mind into a meditative state. Motion and stillness coexist perfectly here, producing a gentle cadence that carries the observer towards sleep. The rainforest night, alive yet serene, envelops mind and body alike, offering a peaceful retreat where relaxation deepens with every imagined detail and the restorative energy of nature flows freely. Along the winding waterways of the mangrove forest, twilight brings a sense of serenity and deliberate motion. Crabs scuttle carefully across exposed roots, their tiny claws lifting and setting down with precise rhythm. Each step, deliberate yet delicate, creates a visual pattern that invites the observer's mind to slow and synchronize with the gentle tempo of the tidal habitat. Watching or imagining these movements fosters calm focus, encouraging the body to relax alongside the rhythmic motion of nature. Herons and egrets move gracefully among the shallow waters, lifting one long leg at a time with careful deliberation. Each step is unhurried, measured, and mindful, echoing the soothing cadence of flowing water. Their feathers shift gently with subtle movements, and occasional soft calls add a melodic layer to the quiet evening. These birds' slow, purposeful actions model balance and patience, showing that stillness and motion coexist in perfect harmony. Small fish weave through mangrove roots, gliding with fluid, undisturbed motion. Their movements, barely causing ripples, enhance the scene's immersive tranquility. Frogs and toads perch on damp branches and leaf litter, stretching or repositioning themselves in soft, deliberate gestures. Every small shift contributes to the layered rhythm of the mangrove ecosystem, forming a sensory experience that is deeply restorative and meditative. The environment itself adds subtle, calming cues. Tidal waters lap gently against roots, wind whispers through mangrove leaves, and distant insect hums mingle with the occasional splash of a fish. This natural symphony, combined with the deliberate, unhurried routines of mangrove creatures, creates a multi-layered atmosphere that guides the observer toward deep relaxation. Visualizing these gentle routines encourages restorative mental focus. Picture a crab navigating tangled roots, a heron stepping carefully through shallow water, or a frog stretching softly atop a mossy branch. The mangrove's protective canopy and steady water flow emphasize security and patience, modeling a perfect rhythm that the observer can emulate internally. Engaging with the calm, measured movements of mangrove wildlife promotes slow breathing, relaxed muscles, and mental stillness. Each delicate motion, subtle adjustment, and soft sound contributes to a meditative cadence, naturally guiding the observer towards sleep. The mangrove forest, alive with quiet energy, yet imbued with gentle harmony, becomes a sanctuary of restorative calm, wrapping mind and body in the tranquil rhythms of nature. As the Arctic evening stretches across icy waters and snow-dusted cliffs, seabirds settle into calm restorative routines. Puffins shift gently on rocky ledges, adjusting wings and perching with careful balance. Each movement is deliberate, precise, and unhurried, creating a natural rhythm that invites the observer's mind to slow and align with the serene Arctic atmosphere. Watching or imagining these subtle motions encourages tension to release and a meditative sense of calm to take hold. Seagulls and Arctic terns glide effortlessly along cooling breezes, wings moving with steady, fluid grace. Occasionally they pause mid-air or settle on icy patches, folding wings and stretching lightly. Their measured flights form visual patterns of motion and stillness that are hypnotic and restorative. Even small chicks tucked in rocky crevices contribute to this peaceful tableau, their gentle movements as they nuzzle or shift forming subtle, soothing cues that enhance the Arctic calm. The surrounding environment amplifies the tranquil experience. Soft waves lap against snow-edged shores, distant ice groans under shifting currents, and the subtle hum of wind through cliffs adds layered auditory textures. These sounds blend with the slow, intentional motions of birds to create a fully immersive sensory scene that encourages mental stillness and deep relaxation. Visualizing these Arctic routines helps the mind and body synchronize with the natural pace. Picture a puffin shifting carefully on a ledge, an Arctic tern gliding along the horizon, or chicks nestled quietly in their nests. Each precise motion models patience and harmony, emphasizing that even in extreme cold environments, rhythm and calm coexist effortlessly. The Arctic's expansive, muted landscape reinforces this meditative sense, offering mental space to slow thoughts, deepen breathing, and settle into restorative focus. Engaging with the gentle, measured movements of seabirds promotes slow, mindful breathing, release of tension, and profound mental relaxation. Motion flows seamlessly into stillness here, establishing a calming cadence that guides the observer towards sleep. The Arctic evening, vast, quiet, and softly alive, provides a restorative sanctuary where mind and body are enveloped in serenity, carried gently into the restorative embrace of night. Beneath the surface of a gently flowing river, fish move with a steady, unhurried rhythm that embodies calm and tranquility. Trout glide effortlessly through clear water, fins undulating in smooth, controlled motions. Each flick and turn follows the current naturally, forming a visual cadence that encourages the observer's mind to slow and align with the steady flow of the river. Watching or imagining these delicate movements fosters deep mental relaxation, inviting tension to release and breath to settle into a calm, rhythmic pace. Smaller fish, like minnows or darters, weave through underwater plants with precise, deliberate strokes. Their movements create subtle ripples across the water, which catch and reflect the fading light, forming soft patterns that mesmerize and soothe the eye. Even the tiniest bubbles rising from submerged roots add gentle visual and auditory cues, enhancing the immersive sense of serenity and reinforcing the river's meditative rhythm. The river environment contributes to the tranquility of the scene. Soft currents ripple against smooth stones, the occasional splash of a jumping fish punctuates the calm, and distant birds call quietly along the banks. Light filters gently through overhanging leaves, shimmering across the moving water and creating a visual rhythm that harmonizes with the movements of aquatic life. These combined sensory layers, sight, sound, and motion, create a deeply restorative experience, perfect for guiding the mind toward focus and relaxation. Visualizing these fish routines deepens the restorative effect. Imagine a trout turning gracefully against the flow, a school of minnows weaving in perfect unison, or a solitary fish drifting past moss-covered stones. Their measured, fluid movements offer a model for mindful, deliberate pace, encouraging the observer to mirror this calm internally. The river's gentle flow reinforces the sense of continuity, where motion and stillness exist in harmonious balance. Engaging with the deliberate patterns of river fish promotes slow breathing, relaxed muscles, and a meditative state of mind. Each graceful flick, each smooth glide, and every soft ripple carries the observer deeper into a state of restorative calm. Motion flows naturally into stillness, guiding the body and mind toward peaceful sleep. The river, alive yet unhurried, provides a serene sanctuary where gentle currents and careful movement carry the observer into the soothing embrace of night. As the final light of day fades across forests, rivers, mountains, and plains, the natural world settles into a gentle, harmonious rhythm. Every creature, from the smallest insect to the largest mammal, participates in this peaceful orchestration, moving with careful intention, slow grace, and quiet purpose. Visualizing these routines encourages the observer to mirror the calm, adopting a slow, deliberate pace both in thought and in breath. In forests, nocturnal birds glide silently through the canopy, their wings slicing the humid air with measured precision. Frogs stretch and reposition themselves atop leaves, salamanders slide along damp bark, and fireflies flicker intermittently, creating delicate patterns of light that soothe the eye. High in mountains, goats balance effortlessly along jagged cliffs, moving each step with awareness and care. Across rivers, fish glide smoothly through gentle currents, their fins creating flowing ripples that catch dappled moonlight, forming soft, mesmerizing patterns on the water's surface. Even desert lizards crawl slowly over sand, and snakes coil with fluid, graceful motion, modeling patience and control. Savanna plains offer their own form of restorative calm. Elephants lumber softly across golden grasses, ears flapping in gentle rhythm, while giraffes reach for acacia leaves with deliberate stretches. Predators rest in the shade, muscles relaxed yet alert, demonstrating that motion and stillness can coexist in perfect harmony. River otters slide playfully but carefully through tranquil streams, beavers and muskrats adjust lodges with quiet attention, and mangrove crabs scuttle along roots in steady, patterned motions. Each scene contributes to a layered sensory tapestry of movement, sound, and subtle visual rhythm, reinforcing a meditative pace for the observer. The collective energy of the natural world creates a symphony of calm. Soft rustling leaves, flowing water, distant animal calls, occasional splashes, and gentle wind through canopies blend seamlessly with the deliberate routines of wildlife. This layered environment offers a restorative experience, allowing the observer to focus on the rhythm of life around them and to mirror it internally. Slow, mindful breathing emerges naturally. Muscles release tension, and thoughts settle into a quiet, contemplative flow. The mind becomes attuned to the unhurried cadence of nature, sensing harmony in every motion and every pause. Visualizing these diverse creatures in their nocturnal or twilight routines strengthens the sense of tranquility. Picture a puffin adjusting wings on a rocky ledge, a salamander gliding along a mossy branch, a giraffe stretching toward leaves, a river trout drifting through shimmering currents, or a sloth curling comfortably in a tree. Each subtle movement and deliberate pause teaches patience, balance, and mindfulness. Even in distant corners of deserts, jungles, mangroves, and mountains, motion and rest coexist perfectly, forming a natural rhythm that guides the observer toward mental stillness and restorative calm. Engaging with the gentle, purposeful movements of wildlife promotes profound relaxation. Every small step, glide, flutter, and stretch mirrors a slow, controlled internal rhythm. The interconnectedness of animal routines, environmental sounds, and visual patterns forms a meditative cadence that carries the mind and body into deep rest. Motion flows seamlessly into stillness, tension dissolves, and the observer drifts gently toward restorative sleep. Along the calm edges of a flowing river, wildlife moves in slow, deliberate patterns, creating a serene rhythm that invites quiet reflection. Beavers glide gently near their lodges, adjusting branches with careful precision, while muskrats navigate reeds and shallow pools with soft, fluid motions. Each small movement forms a natural cadence, encouraging the observer's mind to slow and synchronize with the steady flow of water. Imagining these creatures' actions provides a meditative focus, helping tension fade and mental stillness emerge. Birds perched on low-hanging branches contribute to the gentle pace. Kingfishers tilt forward, then lift their heads slowly, scanning the water before settling into quiet stillness. Herons extend their long legs deliberately into shallow pools, shifting cautiously to maintain balance, while their wings fold with soft precision. These measured actions create visual and auditory cues that soothe the mind, emphasizing the harmony between motion and rest. Even smaller insects like dragonflies skimming the surface or water striders dancing on ripples add subtle layers to the tranquil scene. The environment itself enhances relaxation. The soft murmur of flowing water mixes with distant calls of frogs, occasional birdsong, and the whisper of reeds swaying in a gentle breeze. Light reflects off smooth stones and moving water, forming delicate patterns that are mesmerizing and calming. Observing or envisioning these details encourages the observer to slow breathing and deepen focus, connecting with the rhythm of the riverbank's quiet inhabitants. Visualizing these routines fosters restorative calm. Picture a beaver carefully shifting a stick, a heron stepping gracefully through shallow water, or a dragonfly pausing mid-rippling reflection. The steady, unhurried movements of riverbank wildlife create a harmonious pattern that mirrors natural meditation, guiding the mind into quiet contemplation. The gentle coexistence of creatures in this peaceful environment demonstrates patience, balance, and the subtle beauty of slow, purposeful motion. Engaging with this serene world encourages deep relaxation. Each measured movement, every quiet adjustment, and the layered soft sounds of the riverbank form a meditative cadence, naturally guiding the observer towards sleep. Mind and body align with the gentle rhythms of nature, tension dissolves, and calm envelops fully. This small, focused ecosystem offers a restful sanctuary, allowing a smooth transition into the restorative embrace of night. And now, as all creatures settle into the night, as water rests, leaves cease their rustle, and winds slow to a soft whisper, it's time for you to follow their example. Let the rhythm of the wild guide your breath. Let the gentle movements of the earth and its inhabitants calm your mind and allow yourself to be carried into peaceful slumber. Good night, and may your dreams be as serene and harmonious as the quiet, sleeping world around you.